Is climate change real or simply a baseless theory? It's an issue that's been the source of countless debates on all levels, even more so now that the Pope's encyclical on the environment is set to be released this summer.
It's
an issue that needs to be highlighted. A moral authority like the Pope is needed to dot all the I's.
Mexico's former president, Felipe Calderón, who serves as the chair of the Global Commission on Economy and Climate, was one of the speakers in the New Climate Economy Forum. It took place in Rome's Pontifical University of the Holy Cross. There, politicians, business leaders, and church officials discussed why caring for the environment is not counterproductive to economic growth.
That we will find the consequences of ignoring nature will be to create irreversible and very dangerous climate change, and that will undermine growth.
So-called green technology is already available. Supporters say that applying it could trigger practical changes in both developed and third-world countries.
We want to build cities in which you're not stuck in traffic jams forever, right? Where it's much easier to get around. But those are cities that are also less polluting, less congested, with less CO2 emissions.
Climate change exists. It's not a matter of faith. It's a matter of reading thermometers across the world.
But there is criticism. Critics argue that scientific matters are not for the church to address. Cardinal Peter Turkson, who actually helped Pope Francis in his coming encyclical, says the real issue lies in the data.
Some critics want to remind us that we went to the seminary to save souls and not to get involved with these types of issues. But it's really about how well people are convinced of the scientific data that says that the climate is changing. That is where the fight is.
The UN will hold an international climate conference in Paris from November 30th to December 11th. A total of 195 countries are expected to take part. In fact, some of these speakers are planning on attending. One of the main goals is to vote on a global climate agreement.
Those of us from Oceania are